Hello, are we live?
Yes, we are.
Can't see the timer. The timer is not showing here.
Really? Yeah, we are.
Okay, Nigerians, the time is ticking, even if I can't see it. Good evening, wherever you are. It's happy for us to be back here again. I did say last night that yesterday should be a date to mark the 6th of November 2023, when our principal, the man that Nigeria voted for the presidency, came to relaunch our movement in what other people may call a press statement. No, it was not a press statement. It was a relaunching of our movement. As it were, this particular country called Nigeria belonged to all of us. And Peter Obi, in his own way of doing things, let me put it this way. The very first place Peter Obi declared his intention to run the presidency was in the midst of traditional, rulers, the royal fathers, somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria. Well, just a few of them. He told them, it looks like the guy was just talking story. And then he started like that. People felt like, is it possible? What is he doing? How can he? Before you know it, the momentum. I mean, the people who said that it was just four people tweeting with their computer in one corner, they probably had a reason because they didn't believe anything was coming. Even the terminology obedient movement was not in the picture, but everything evolved, everything came to be, and the organization, they talked about, oh, he does not have structure. The structure ended up threatening them. The only thing they could do was to do what they did by declaring the election in the night, use the military and the police to stop us, and handed over to their older brothers in the courts, because they know that if it was a matter of the ballot, if it was a matter of coming out to cast your vote, there is no way they would have smelt it. Within a few months, millions of Nigerians, youths, were thrown into the streets to go register, collect their PVC. They brought their own money. They brought their own mats. They brought their own water. They fed people. They danced joyously. Nigerians united behind one man. From the northern part of Nigeria, from Sokoto, Zamfara, to Meduguri, Yobe, down to Bayelsa, River State, Delta State, Taraba State, Kwara State. Nigerians came to take back their country. The expectation was what happened on that night of 30th of September 1960 that bettered 1st October 1960. But men that felt that they are so drunk with power, they use the barrel of the gun, they use the law enforcement agency, they use the system, they rig the system. And they thought that they have hit us below the belt. They thought that P2B had been dealt with. Little did they know that, like they would say, he that fights and run away would live to fight again. And yesterday, he came back strong again, relaunching this movement once again. And as we stand here today, I just need to let you know that the statement that was made yesterday was just to tell all the groups and all the plans and all the things that have been in the secret working. The time has come. The rolling out has begun. Let's go. We are not waiting for 2027. We are starting in 2023 to do what? To put pressure on those who are defrauding us, and to do all we need to do to put them in check And ultimately, when the time comes in 2027, we will chase them out and take back our country. Many of us may have heard about the Ude guy who used to tweet all the time, who is a trouble to DSS, a threat to all of them. His face looked anonymous. It's not because he doesn't want to show his face, it's not because he's running away. It's simply because he's waiting for the right time to launch his face and let them know that he's not afraid of anybody. They arrested his brother, they arrested his friend, Fashola sued him, and all whatnot because of the breaking news he was bringing, how they were writing judgment and corrupting themselves. He is here coordinating a whole lot of things all over the world. And let me just hand over to Ifeoma. She has something to say before we begin to show you the plans that is there in the launching of the new campaign.
Hello, viewers. Yes, you are all welcome to today's live session. We are happy to bring you guys the latest updates. We know that Peter Obi had a press conference yesterday where he reacted to the judgment that was given to Nigerians by the Supreme Court. Yes, he used his right, it's his own right to react for the fact that the Supreme Court has the final say according to the Constitution. Does not mean when they give you a judgment, you don't have to react and express your feelings. So that was exactly what he did, and he told the entire world that he's not giving up in this fight. And he also beckoned on the obedience, telling them that we just have to stand out, as an opposition to the current government. We have to it kind of call them to order each time they are going wrong. We know we have a kind of system in Nigeria where a ruling government does not want criticism. They don't want you to talk against what they are doing. They just want you to accept any kind of leadership they present to the Nigerian people. But that's not going to happen this time. So Mr. Peter Obi is beckoning on the obedience to join him. We have to form a very strong opposition to this government. And we all know that from the look of things, it appears they don't even know what to do, and how to do what they are supposed to do to arrest the situations in Nigeria. So with the Obedient family being led by Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed, standing out as an opposition to the current government, I believe that Nigeria will be taking another shape. So Peter Obi has tried through his speech to uh, awaken the Obedient family, because some of us were like, where is Mr. Peter Obi? Why is he not speaking and all that? He speaks at the right time. And his speech has really sent out some strong signal, not only to the Obedient family, but also to the opposition. I don't know if you've seen the tweets they've been tweeting out. Why should Peter Obi say this? Why? Because each time he speaks, it comes out like thunder. It shakes everywhere. So we are happy that he spoke. And since after that speech that he made, I tell you, so many things have been unfolding. So we are going to be playing this video. So you take a look at what some of us, especially those in the diaspora, are already planning. They are planning a protest to reject the Supreme Court's judgment. They are not happy with the way the Supreme Court ruled. And yes, they have the final say. It does not mean that their decision stands out, must be 100% right. And like we've all seen in this judgment, most of us do not agree with what is given to us as judgment. We don't take it for justice. So let me allow this video to play, and then Dr. Ita will come in after that. Doc.
My name is Jackson Ude. I'm the Secretary General of the Coalition New Nigerian Diaspora Movement. With me here is the Director of Mobilization and Contact, Comrade Timmy Frank. In our determination to save Nigeria's democracy, deepen democratic institutions and values, protect our shared common interests, and protect the integrity of our country, the leadership of 30 different Nigerian diaspora organizations concluded a meeting that began 1 week ago to review the sham judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria on October 26, 2023, and demand that Bola Tinubu must resign to save the integrity of the Nigerian presidency. It is our belief that Mr. Tinubu not only rigged the 2023 presidential elections, but he does not possess the academic credentials to run for that election. Tinubu forged the Chicago State University degree certificate and as such committed forgery, for which he must be prosecuted. Tinubu is also a member of a drug cartel in the United States of America, as per the FBI document recently released. CNNDM has agreed that a Reclaim Nigerian diaspora protest, a peaceful protest, non-violent protest, will be held around the world to expose the criminality of Bola Tinubu and demand his immediate resignation. CNNDM agreed to help mobilize and support any group in Nigeria to join the movement and the 30 days mass peaceful protest of reclaiming Nigeria. CNNDM agreed that Nigerian Americans should begin reaching out to their congressmen and congresswomen and pressure them to push the U.S. Congress to begin an inquest on the 2023 presidential elections in Nigeria, the Chicago State University and Bola Tinubu certificate scandal, and why the FBI refused to prosecute Tinubu for all his crimes. CNNDM agreed to raise $10 million for the 30 days peaceful mass protests and litigation that is being planned against Bola Tinubu in the US for all his crimes. CNNDM demand from the EU, the UK, and the United States to, as a matter of urgency, place visa ban on all the justices and judges of the Appeal and Supreme Court who gave the sham judgment that legalized Bola Tinubu as president of Nigeria. CNNDM agreed to mandate the Contact and Mobilization Committee, headed by my comrade here beside me, Comrade Timmy Frank, to announce a date for the protest that will be held soon. This action, fellow Nigerians, is aimed at reclaiming Nigeria from the hands of criminals who have taken over that country. CNNDM believes that Mr. Bola Tinubu remains an illegitimate president of Nigeria on account of his drug crimes and certificate forgery, for which he refused to declare when he sought to run for the 2023 presidential elections. CNNDM agreed to continue to pile the necessary pressure locally and internationally, using all peaceful and legal means to force Bola Tinubu out of office. The group will mobilize Nigerians and protest in every country. Bola Tinubu.
All right. You've all heard it. They always say sometimes, some wise men say there are many ways to skin a cat. For our information, all the documents that was accessed from the Chicago State University, all the documents that was retrieved from the FBI, and the more that they are still supplying, whereas in our kangaroo dramatic court, according to P2B, riddled with corruption, nepotism, and other things, according to Justice Datijo Muhammad, Justice of the Supreme Court. They thought they have dealt with it. They thought they have thrown it into the bin, but those documents are still alive and living. And there are other jurisprudences where they can be effectively be utilized. And that is what these gentlemen are trying to tell us. Chicago State University will have to tell us where they stand. there are still courtrooms around the world, including the ICC, the International Criminal Courts, where whether you're a president or not a president, you can be charged. Charles Taylor, where is he today? Former president of Liberia, the president of Sudan. Where can he go today? They can stay in their country and do what they are doing, but the moment the world takes on a crime that anybody may have committed, it is either that country or that jurisdiction tells us that they have backed off from justice and judgment that follows it, or they will stand the test of time. And so you can see that what happened yesterday was simply to let loose all these action plans, which is supposed to continue until whenever election is held. So we are not backing off, we are not going anywhere. Particularly my own self today, I received several calls since yesterday regarding what is happening in my own axis. And all of us are remobilizing. If your boot is hanging, go get it. It's time to hit the ground running again. Nigeria must save Nigeria from these people. It is us that will do it. A project, $10 million project is already launched, as you can see, from the diasporans alone, for all the activities and for all the pressure and for all the legal and lawful projects that is going to be carried out from the diaspora, pushing the heat on them, whilst also Peter Obi and his team back home are standing as the voice of opposition to put the government in check. I can reliably tell you, something, all those news that we have been hearing last week and last 2 weeks about impeachment or disagreement, the police, riot police firing at the governor of Rivers State. I was reliably told by someone in the inner circle that it is something that is beyond former governor of Rivers State. That as a matter of fact, APC as a party, they have interests in Rivers State. And we did it as a program here, that APC want to destabilize Rivers State and hijack it. Subsequently, we are going to be doing a program on that. But just to let you know that they themselves are not resting. And we should not rest. We should continue to push back. And one thing is this: the truth will always outlive the lies. Truth will always outlive the lies. So I want us to be upbeat. The struggle is not over. In fact, it's just about beginning. Wherever you are, get ready, make up your mind, stand your ground, challenge anybody around you, and let's step out. Let's do what we have to do. Let us save our country. It's not meant to be a very busy night today or a very long night, just to let us know that what happened yesterday officially has started. And as you would see, just like in the electioneering campaign period, gradually it's going to gain momentum, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. And this, aside from the 30 days demonstration, the 30 days action that you heard these people, this is going to be a continuous 4 years pressure. 4 years constant pressure. They have never seen anything like this in the history of Nigerian politics. We are standing, we are awake, we are ready, and we are challenging them lawfully and every other means that is not against the law. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have any more thing to say. As I said, this night is not meant to be a busy night. It's just to update us, and then we're on.
Yeah, Doc, thank you very much. I just want to quickly play a section of what Dati Ahmed said during an interview session on Arise Television. And I would
That's
like giving you guys a flashback of what the Obedience movement did during the election, just to tell you that we have the strength, we have the people, we have the mindset, we have the willingness, to bring about this change that we are talking about. So we can make it happen. So let's just take a quick look at this clip, and then I'll be bringing those flashback clips too.
I would not call him a drug dealer.
Yeah,
when he did, or a certificate forger.
Well, I don't think you should call him those things.
I will,
unless you have
I will. That is why I said do not
evidence
swear him in.
Yeah, by the vice presidential candidate of the Labour.
So, Doc, I purposely wanted us to take that section of this clip. It was a long interview session.
I
Well,
know.
can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to say that, like the initial clip we watched, we saw Mr. Ude saying that the Nigerian people are not accepting this ruling that was given to us. And that has led to this decision on coming up with this protest. You can equally hear a vice presidential candidate saying that he will keep calling the president a drug dealer and a certificate forger, meaning that despite the ruling that the Supreme Court gave, Nigerians know what they believe in. Nigerians know that this person is not supposed to be the president of Nigeria. He's not. With these two things alone, we are not even talking about whether Abuja is having a special status or not. For somebody to have been involved in this kind of crime and, to have forged a certificate and has been involved in this business that we are talking about, that alone disqualifies him. And he's insisting that he will keep calling him that no matter what. So, Doc, I'm still going to run that initial beginning of this video, and I'll bring you in before we.
But the fact that I respect his age doesn't mean that I will not call him a drug dealer.
Yeah,
when he did, or a certificate forger.
Well, I don't think you should call him those things.
I will,
unless you have.
I will. That is why I said do not
evidence
swear him in.
Yeah, by the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Pleasure and duty, Charles.
Really nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Now, a fairly determined speech there by Peter Obi today. What was the point of it?
That the judgment eventually and ultimately from the Supreme Court stands accepted, largely because we can't do anything about it. We reject it, we disagree with it, and we cannot accept it, but it stands accepted because there is nothing we can do. That is the end of the road for Excellency Peter Obi and myself as candidates. But I think as this interview progresses, I will be able to tell you another point of view. And if I may just begin now, I'm not here to tell Nigerians that oil was discovered and we forgot about agriculture, or that there is unemployment leading to insecurity. I'm here to, for the sake of my country, say things that matter. I'm not here to regurgitate. I'm here to rescue Nigeria.
Well, let's move methodically.
So, Doc, I thought it was necessary for us to understand the kind of mindset that he has, It's
Yes.
not all about just coming out to talk. These are people that have made up their minds, to stand with Nigerians, to stand for Nigeria, to build a better country. And you could hear him say that they've accepted the final judgment, not because they are okay with what was said or what was given out by the Supreme Court, but because the Constitution has made them to be the final. They give us the final. Their decision is final. And that is why they've just let me say, admitted what was given to us as a ruling, but not because they agree with what the judgment is all about. And you heard him saying that for the fact that he respects the president does not mean he will not call him a drug dealer and a certificate forger. So, Doc, I don't know what your thoughts are before we go to those videos.
My thoughts is very simple. They, like they say, he that fetches firewood that is infested with ants will definitely have lizard as guests. The opposition these people will face, they have started facing. To start with, when the campaign started, they have never seen a challenge like Obidient movement that metamorphosed into the Labour Party ticket ever in the history of Nigeria. The only time possibly it could have been seen was in the lead up to our independence, when the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, and Ahmad Bello, they were all together fighting to push out the white men. That was probably the only time historically when such kind of intensity of movement occurred. And probably they thought that, oh, what we're just going to do is just break them anyhow. Take it, snatch it, grab it, run with it. And they think that that's enough. No. What happened is that it's like you grabbed something and ran with it, but the alarm set off in your pocket and you don't know how to switch it off. Have you ever noticed that kind of a thing? So it is buzzing in your pocket. You don't know how to switch it off. Or you trapped a bee in your jacket and it's biting you, but you don't know how to remove it. That is what they are going to witness in the remaining days of this administration. Men who will stand by their word, men who are firm in what they believe in, men who will do their research thoroughly and speak with facts and without caring whose ox is God. Like him, Peter Obi said it plainly yesterday. He used adjectives like drama, being what happened in our courts, identity theft, being what someone perpetuated, certificate forgery. He used those terminologies. He was not mincing word. He was not hiding that. And it's not because he's angry. He's a businessman who has a business. Unlike those people who are career politicians, whom you can't pin your hand and say that this is what they're doing. This young man here is a businessman who has a business. He has 2 universities and hospitals. So these are men who are not doing what they're doing because they are hungry, because if they don't get political position, they will die of hunger. These are well-made people and who you could see their business. The president told us that the reason why he increased the number of people in his portfolio is that it's a means of job creation, which means the only way they create job is by creating political office. But this man sitting here, do you know that the Minister of Education, the current Minister of Education in this administration, was his employee? The current Minister of Education in this administration was Dati Baba Ahmed's employee. He was the Vice Chancellor of his university. So, what is it? Why do you think he's here? What can you do to him? He's telling you into your face, I don't need your political patronage. I just need a Nigeria that will work for all of us. Jackson, the people thought he's an anonymous entity that nobody could see. You saw him now. His video is viral. He said he called his name and what he's doing and what he's planning. Nobody's hiding. This is not a masked face kind of opposition. This is a bare-faced kind of opposition. People who will tell you what they believe, where they are, what they are doing, and to tell you that this Nigeria you want to destroy We will not let it happen because it belongs to all of us. That's what I have to say.
Yes. So since Peter Obi made that speech yesterday or day before yesterday, I think it has really revived so many people. Nigerians are seeing hope in the Labour Party, hope in Peter Obi, hope in Dati Ahmed. And we are just hoping too that a new Nigeria will soon be better. So let me share with you guys some of the clips during the campaign, just for you to see the role that Obidients played, and for you to also know that we have the people, we have the strength, we have the resources, because some of these, most people, will even go and bring their own money to help ensure that the campaign, the 1 million march, and whatever that was conducted during that election were being properly done. I mean, Mr. Peter Obi, nobody bothered him, financially, because the obedience are tired. Nigerians are tired. The youths are
For our
tired. We just
pride,
want
locally, in the diaspora, for my children and their children's children. Enough is enough. It's our turn.
We are tired.
It's our turn.
We are tired. We don't need
All of
structure.
us get BDC.
We don't need structure.
Look at the crowd. They don't mobilize
We
anybody
don't
here.
need structure again.
We
We are
carry our own
tired.
money come.
We are tired.
They don't give us
We are
shishi.
tired. Yes.
All of us carry our money come.
Okay.
All of us get work.
Uh-huh.
All of us happy what they do.
Uh-huh.
We don't keep quiet for too long. It's our time now.
Yes.
Nobody can stop us.
At all.
Nobody can stop us.
At all.
Fully obedient. Carry me dey go. Carry me dey go better Naija. Peter Obi carry me dey go better Naija. Carry me dey go. Peter Obi carry me dey go.
Please, let's leave ethnicity, religion, tribe. Let's look at someone who has an initiative to carry us to another level. We understand that these people have been in power, but do you know what's stopping them from doing what they're supposed to do? Because they don't know. They don't, where they come from, they don't even believe in good, they don't even believe in it. So how do you expect them to now give you what they don't believe in? Education, you won't get them. Where you won't get them? When they don't believe in education. So let's put in somebody who understands that the economy has to grow, that the financial experts will have to become number one. Our naira is dropping. It's dropping so low. So we need somebody like Peter Obi, and we need his vice, Dati. These people are knowledge, they are educated, they have traveled far, and you can see it in them, in their children. You can see in what they do. So youth, please, let's come together, leave religion. You know, go divide religion. You can worship anything you want to worship. Leave ethnicity. You know, concern you where he doesn't have any business from where you come from, because it's not going to disintegrate Nigeria. He just wants to put us in number one in Africa, number one in the world.
True. Thank you.
Obidients come 2023.
I just want to.
Yeah, but
I just want to let Nigerians know that we're young, we're vibrant. We cannot even allow old men to wear us out. Let's wear them out. We have what it takes to sustain this pressure. This fear we infused in them within few months. Let's stretch it for years. They're afraid of us. Without even raising our hand, they are trembling. Just our banners, and they are panicked. Let's sustain this campaign. Let us.
Yes, you could see this was what they saw that sent a panic signal to them. The way that INEC chairman even came out to announce the results of this election, we saw the odd hour, 4 a.m. while men were still sleeping. A result was being announced who won the election. They knew that Peter Obi had people who voted for him, and they stopped transmission of IREF, uploading to the IREF and all that, and only came out to announce results during an odd hour. You can see we have the strength. We can really change Nigeria if we all come together. If we can, Peter Obi has beckoned on us to join him in ensuring that a strong opposition is built. And that is just what we want. So you can see the energy in these people. You can see the willingness to see a better Nigeria, and you can see the determination. People spend their time, their money, their energy trekking. You can see this marching from one end to the other. They were really looking for something, and I tell you, it's still possible. So, Doc, what's your closing thought? Appears you are muted.
It's still possible. We're energetic. We are young. We have visions. We have the data. We have the facts. And we have what it takes. Let us not let these men, these old men that hate Nigeria, that are dividing us through religious lines, narratives, ethnic narratives, and what have you. Let us not allow them pull the wool through our eyes again. Let's wise up. Let us stand behind P2B in this reinvigorated, relaunched campaign. Let's sustain it and make it count. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, our viewers, for being with us to the end of today's live show. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to more people so that they will watch it and see some of the things you've seen this night, and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. We'll be bringing you more updates on what is happening as regards to this call to join the opposition that Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed are leading. So every day, join us here on this platform at the same time and see what we've got for you guys. I want to call it a day at this point, though. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
Bye.
Good night.
All right, then. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
It's like if you push somebody to a limit, what do? They react. I think what we're seeing now is a phenomenon. It's never happened in Nigeria, where a party that does not even, nobody knew about the party, was like non-existent, really, in the scheme of things, suddenly becomes a dominant party. Because the people have reached the elasticated limit. That is why they're reacting. So it's not just about Peter Obi. It's not about tribe. This is about the survival of this country. Nigerians have had enough. Socioeconomically, we've had enough. I mean, the leaders don't even care about the masses. Because if they did, we would not be in this socioeconomic problem. It's not just economic, socioeconomic. How can school, the tertiary institution, the future of our nation be closed. And all of them are walking around, swaying around in Agbada. What nonsense is that's unacceptable. They should be ashamed of themselves. In the Senate, any humongous amounts where we're living on borrowed money, that is unacceptable. No power in this country. Without power, how can we develop? You know, where do you start? People driving anyhow, behaving anyhow, corruption being allowed to fester. So it's not about Peter Obi. The obedience we're talking about is actually about the country, about the future of this country, and that's why I'm out. For the future of this country. We need change. Atiku will not bring us change. He has tried. In fact, I don't want to talk individually, but let's just say that I'm here for change. I'm not here for Peter Obi. I'm here for change.
The world, we can make Nigeria better, and you can see the massive crowd all around. Everybody is here to ensure, do their bit to ensure that Peter Obi gets to Aso Rock. That's the world. That's why everybody is out here today. Thank you. Peter Obi! Peter Obi! We need to collect money. We need to give CC. We need to move again. We need to give CC. We need to collect.
My name is Jackson Uday. I'm the Secretary General of the Coalition New Nigerian Diaspora Movement. With me here is the Director of Mobilization and Contact, Comrade Timmy Frank. In our determination to save Nigeria's democracy, deepen democratic institutions and values, protect our shared common interests, and protect the integrity of our country, the leadership of 30 different Nigerian diaspora organizations concluded a meeting that began 1 week ago to review the sham judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria on October 26, 2023, and demand that Bola Tinubu must resign to save the integrity of the Nigerian presidency. It is our belief that Mr. Tinubu not only rigged the 2023 presidential elections, but he does not possess the academic credentials to run for that election. Tinubu forged the Chicago State University degree certificate and as such committed forgery, for which he must be prosecuted. Tinubu is also a member of a drug cartel in the United States of America, as per the FBI document recently released. CNNDM has agreed that a Reclaim Nigerian diaspora protest, a peaceful protest, non-violent protest, will be held around the world to expose the criminality of Bola Tinubu and demand his immediate resignation. CNNDM agreed to help mobilize and support any group in Nigeria to join the movement and the 30 days mass peaceful protest of reclaiming Nigeria. CNNDM agreed that Nigerian Americans should begin reaching out to their congressmen and congresswomen and pressure them to push the U.S. Congress to begin an inquest on the 2023 presidential elections in Nigeria, the Chicago State University and Bola Tinubu certificate scandal, and why the FBI refused to prosecute Tinubu for all his crimes. CNNDM agreed to raise $10 million for the 30 days peaceful mass protests and litigation that is being planned against Bola Tinubu in the U.S. for all his crimes. CNNDM demand from the EU the UK and the United States to, as a matter of urgency, place visa ban on all the justices and judges of the Appeal and Supreme Court who gave the sham judgment that legalized Bola Tinubu as president of Nigeria. CNNDM agreed to mandate the Contact and Mobilization Committee, headed by my comrade here beside me, Comrade Timmy Frank, to announce a date for the protest that will be held soon. This action, fellow Nigerians, is aimed at reclaiming Nigeria from the hands of criminals who have taken over that country. CNNDM believes that Mr. Bola Tinubu remains an illegitimate president of Nigeria on account of his drug crimes and certificate forgery, for which he refused to declare when he sought to run for the 2023 presidential elections. CNNDM agreed to continue to pile the necessary pressure locally and internationally, using all peaceful and legal means to force Bola Tinubu out of office. The group will mobilize Nigerians and protest in every country Bola Tinubu intends to visit to show to the world that he is a certificate forger, a drug criminal, and unfit to lead any nation. Nigeria must save itself. Nigerians must save Nigeria from criminal cartel. Enough is indeed enough.
Yes, so guys, let's call it a day. At this point, I decided to replay this video for the benefit of those who joined us not quite long, just for them to see what's about to happen across the world. I mean, Nigerians in the diaspora and also back home are planning to have this protest to disagree with the judgment that we got from the Supreme Court. Although we can do nothing about it, but you have the right to express your feelings. So let's end it today here. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for future updates. You can also buy us a super chat, a super thanks down beneath the comment section. And you can also click the join button to join the community. Let's build a stronger community. And I know you are going to love it. See you again tomorrow. Good night and bye.